A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us here on Ashifa TV. Of course, today we are glad to be joined by Hussein Khalid, who is the founder of Haki Africa. He is a lawyer and also an activist. And today we are going to talk about matters leadership in Africa. My name is Edwin Mwandao. Welcome, Hussein, to Ashifa TV. You are among the founders of Haki Africa. Tell us, why did you leave the organization?
Yes, I was among those who were there when the organization started way back in 2013, 2014. And we worked together with many others. But we were also very clear in our minds that whatever we were starting was not ours as individuals. It was a community organization that was supposed to serve the people. So I don't believe that, the organization was mine or it belonged to those who started it. We were there to support our community. We were there to address human rights violations and many other injustices that were within where we were living. So the whole idea was just to work with the people and make sure that we addressed the many, many concerns that were there at that time. So when time has come now where I think that my input or my concentration is on other challenges, then I felt it right to now let go. It's not my organization, it's the people's organization, so that others can come in to play their part while I explore other opportunities out there.
Now that you have left Haki Africa, Hussein, is there a vacuum in leadership?
I don't think my departure from Haki Africa really leaves a vacuum because I believe in the work that I did. I believe that I mentored many other civil society actors. I believe that I mentored community organizations, and all these individuals and groups are still there, and they continue with the work that we were doing. As a matter of fact, for me, it's a proud moment to see that I am moving on, but behind me, I am leaving very able individuals and institutions that can continue with the good work.
Hussein, now I know there's a new executive director in Haki Africa. Have you ever worked with him before, maybe?
At the time when I felt I needed to leave, I got in touch with the leadership at Haki Africa, and I requested them to allow me to leave because I felt that it was time to now take up new responsibilities. And we had a very good conversation. We had, a very clear plan of how I needed to hand over. The new executive director who came in, we worked together for several months, so that we make sure that the transition is smooth.
It has been a year since you left Haki Africa. How is the organization doing according to you?
The organization is growing stronger and stronger by the day, and that gives me a sense of achievement that I have worked with others in this organization, and even with my departure, the organization will continue and even become stronger.
Hussein, many African leaders do not want to relinquish their positions of power. What message would you like to give to such leaders?
It is true that in many African societies, people do not want to let go of leadership. And they feel that, they are the only ones who can lead, whether it's an institution, it's a country, and they feel that they are God's answer to their people or to their organizations. And that's very disappointing, whether it's in politics, whether it's in private sector or in civil society. My advice to leaders, and not just leaders, but people holding various positions, is that you do your time and then you let go. The case of Kenya, for example, the talk of limiting or extending the presidential terms is extremely disappointing. Kenya as a country, we cannot afford to go the way of Uganda or Rwanda or Cameroon. We are very clear, and in the constitution we say, 2 terms and that is it. And we have to respect that, because if a leader has not done enough in 10 years, And what more can you do, even if you're given 20 or 30 or 40 years? 10 years is more than we need for someone to, deliver what they want to at the beginning of those 10 years. And for me, this is a problem that is afflicting many African societies in different sectors, including civil society. You have people who have been in positions of leadership since the organizations began 10, 15, 20 years ago, and they're still there. You have people who are holding certain positions within those organizations and they don't want to let go. People who are directors or board members and they are in those positions and they don't want to let go. So my advice would be we must outgrow these positions. The moment you start feeling like I can't leave, if I leave, this and this will happen, or that and that will happen, that in itself is an indication that you did not do your job. And that by in itself should be a clear sign that you now have to leave. So my advice, to the African society, particularly those in leadership positions, those that have held certain positions, even if not in leadership, for many years, let us give others opportunities. Let us explore other challenges and make sure that we deliver on what we were supposed to do.
As we wind up, last word from you.
And I am here and we continue to work together. And I wish the organization and, of course, myself all the best.
Thank you so much, Hussein Khalid, for coming. We wish you all the best also from Ashifa Media. Remember, you can catch up at this interview later on all our social media platform at Ashifa Media Kenya on YouTube, at Ashifa Media Kenya also on TikTok, as well as Ashifa Media Kenya on Facebook. My name is Edwin Mondao. Have a lovely evening.